What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Tons of information to get into today. We're going to be talking AllianceBlock. We're going to be talking the Hashgraph Association. We're going to be talking interesting verbiage from the Bank of England. We're going to be talking Ripplecoin and kind of the nonsensical posts around that. This is not. I'm not making money from this, but I wanted to give a shout out to. I picked up a Batty Hattie cap. Batty has been in the H-bar community for a long time, and Hattie, their daughter, within that, has done a lot of artwork, a lot of cool initiatives for the community. Happy to rock the hat. I purchased it on my own with my own money. Again, but check out battyhattie.com if you're interested in some of the merch and supporting a cool creator on Hedera. All right, Ripplecoin will never break its all-time high. This is from Ape Durden. It's like the most acidine, ridiculous post ever. Really, even if you look at what he's posted right here, this goes all the way back prior to 2018. You could see long-term support and resistance right here. It took us literally years from 2019 until 2021 to really break and hold this price level of support. So this 34 cents as support. You can see during this bear market, we're holding it as support currently. So these people are just acidine. Obviously, we know this is XRP. The Ripplecoin narrative, to me, is just a joke at this point in time, because make no mistake about it, if Ripple loses this court case, there's a potential that it could be a watershed moment and not a very good way for crypto. So, we want to make sure that we're cultivating innovation in the United States, and hopefully Ripple wins. Hopefully XRP proved out its utility in a decentralized way. And, we know that we're through this court case right now because Ethereum essentially got a free pass because of the DApp ecosystem that Ethereum had chosen to, the route that they chose to go. Nothing against Ethereum, but these types of posts are just ridiculous. Shout out to Rashid and AllianceBlock. Let me play this for you real quick. They have a new product out called Nexera ID. I will say, I think one of the trending... we had essentially DeFi in 2020, NFTs in 2021, even though NFTs have been around much longer than that. I really do think like self-custody, digital ID, zero-knowledge proofs around digital ID might be one of the trending hip topics, even though, yes, I certainly believe that it's going to be integrated into the actual new system they're all moving towards when I say zero-knowledge proofs. But just Google search zero-knowledge proofs, look up what that represents. I think that might be one of the catalysts that take us into this next cycle. There's going to be hype around it in X, Y, and Z. There's going to be a lot of BS initiatives, but it's really cool to see what Rashid and AllianceBlock are building out. I'll play this for 1 second. I saw that you just posted sharing the demo of Nexera ID based on the Meta NFT standard, a solution that AllianceBlock is facilitating around custody and digital ID that will completely disrupt the space, especially given what has happened lately with FTX. Tell us a little bit about Nexera ID.
I was really, really happy to be able to do the demo. The team has been working actually the last 11 months on the Meta NFT standard, which is basically using the NFT as a data container. So we use the NFT as data container, which really, I would say, unleash infinite kind of use case from DeFi to GameFi to compliance to a lot of things.
So check out Nexera ID if you're interested in learning about kind of the next generation of digital ID and smart wallets that AllianceBlock is trying to facilitate, utilizing zero-knowledge proofs, obviously. Nexera ID is a next-generational digital wallet designed to securely store your digital assets and identity, set up rules for actions in the wallet as well as for recovery. Multi-factor security and zero-knowledge proofs protect your wallet and your privacy. Developers can easily integrate the SDK and enable these features in their decentralized applications. So pretty cool. They've been working on this for quite some time. Another thing I wanted to talk about right now is just kind of the market in general. This has been, quite the crappy past few months here. Not going to look at Bitcoin, but just looking at the total crypto market cap right now, still sitting basically at support, right above previous all-time high of the last market cycle. So we will see if this holds. Great. If not, we're going to have some pain in the future. But I'm hoping that it holds. Talk about interesting narratives or interesting verbiage. This is coming out from the Bank of England today. Now, they're not talking about if blockchain becomes more critical to the financial system. They're talking about if a blockchain becomes more critical to the financial system, how should that blockchain be governed? You can look down into here, and they give examples of Ethereum, but they do give examples of Ethereum in a way where Ethereum is certainly permissionless. And they talk about some of the concerns around that, but then they talk about permission networks as well. I'm not going to read into this entire thing, but financial services could be reshaped by a range of new technologies, including DLT. Blockchains, which is a subset of DLT, underpin crypto assets. Ethereum is an example of a permissionless blockchain, meaning participation in the network is not controlled by a central entity. In addition, anyone can propose changes to the network through broad consensus among users, though broad consensus among users is needed for changes to be implemented. By contrast, a permissioned blockchain has a central entity that controls the access and privileges of network participants. This merge to proof of stake highlights a range of questions about the governance and of permissionless blockchains. If the traditional financial system, critical financial infrastructure, is regulated to deliver an appropriate level of responsibility, accountability, and control, they go into that. And then blockchains do not constitute critical financial infrastructure. And then in parentheses here, they say yet, because we all know that it's 100% coming. On the back end of this, pretty cool to see the Hashgraph Association funding their first round of projects for their innovation program. Now, if you're not aware, Hashgraph will provide funding of up to $250,000 for startups, $750,000 for enterprises, and up to $1.5 million, all designed to encourage mainstream adoption of the Hedera network around the globe. You can see the global projects right here, and this is working very much so in tandem with the Swiss Digital Assets Institute. If you go to the Swiss Digital Assets Institute page right here, you can see the Hashgraph Association. You can see all the governing board members of Hedera underneath this. And you can see the Swiss Digital Assets Institute in combination with a bank that I'm not going to try to pronounce because I'll mispronounce it. Cantonal Bank, I'll say. So pretty awesome. And it's giving you kind of a roadmap here with this program structure. Learn and discover, visualize and design, develop and deploy minimum viable products, etc., which is pretty cool. Now, this is something we don't talk about a lot, but I know Panther Protocol is certainly dealing with zero knowledge proofs as well. Ashish Birla at Ashgo Blue, obviously one of the kind of OGs within Ripple, now coming on board as an advisor. And I do think that V.5 is now live as well within Panther Protocol. You can check out Panther Protocol throughout all of their socials. I think right now, obviously not financial advice, I don't hold any right now. I think it's around a $5.5 million market cap, somewhere around there. PricewaterhouseCoopers is rolling out their annual global crypto tax report in 2022. Read through this briefly. What I found interesting in this is when they get into NFTs and they talk about kind of the jurisdictional aspects as far as NFTs are concerned. Let me see if I can find it quickly. If not, I'm not going to dive into it because there's literally 392 pages here. But it talks about jurisdictions like how are NFTs looked at in the United States versus other nations, et cetera, et cetera. This is a massive document. Here you see it right here. Any tax guidance on NFTs, any tax guidance on crypto. They're going with New Zealand, Australia, Germany, Ireland, Netherlands, Middle East, Singapore, South Africa, UK, and the US. What is the VAT/GST liability of NFTs? You kind of get the picture. Very, very heavy, but this is pretty cool. This was a few weeks back, but this is Visa potentially rolling out automatic payments for individuals that are holding their cryptocurrency in self-custodial wallets. And the only thing I want to pinpoint within this is the layer 2 scaling solution that they mention within this. And the layer 2 scaling solution that they mention within this is not going to be necessarily on in total, Ethereum mainnet as far as the layer 1 is concerned, but utilizing StarkNet. You can even do a quick search in here. Our method, account abstraction on StarkNet. So layer 2 solution on top of Ethereum. I don't think StarkNet's token is public right now, but if you look into StarkNet and you dive a little bit deeper, you see kind of some of the names that we always recognize within the Ethereum ecosystem. Infuro, which has ties to Consensus and JP Morgan and MetaMask and kind of those aspects. LayerSwap sounds familiar, obviously. Alchemy is familiar. You can see Consensus right there. Ledger. So pay attention to StarkNet, Starkware, all of these kind of initiatives. All right, and last but not least, again, this is just kind of the, this is CoinDesk putting out 23 blockchain predictions for 2023. I'm not going to get into all their predictions. Andrew Keys of Dharma Capital previews developments in zero knowledge, Ethereum, NFTs, Filecoin, Cosmos, regulations, and much more. I just find it very interesting that this guy is from Dharma Capital, and this is nothing against Filecoin. But there's no like disclosure within any of these articles where massive, like millions of people probably read CoinDesk at this point in time, right? You got a guy that is literally working, at and for Dharma Capital, providing 23 blockchain predictions for 2023. And if you do a little bit of look of what they've done, do they have any ties to Filecoin? Let me look at up Dharma Capital. Oh yeah, they have $100 million product that Dharma has released through Filecoin. So you've got the guy who is very incentivized to talk about a coin, doing an article on CoinDesk where millions of people can see it without putting any sort of disclosures within any of this stuff. So I just find it interesting. You can read through this, though. I think it's still certainly interesting. Like, I do agree, ZK everything. You're going to hear zero knowledge across the board, especially when you start seeing this convergence of identity with kind of the internet. It's a part of the internet of value aspects when we start seeing crypto really go mainstream, because the identity problem has not necessarily been solved yet from a streamlined and mass adoption ready way. And Cosmos and Atom he's talking about here, Bitcoin, Web3 gaming, layer 2s, decentralized science, zombie chains. So you can read through some of this guy's stuff, but again, just be very cognizant when you're reading through some of these mainstream things, talking about how Filecoin is going to do X, Y, and Z. And again, nothing against Filecoin, but they're very incentivized to be talking about Filecoin as well. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Plan to do more of these, and I will talk to you when I talk to you. Thanks, bye.